As it is, Kwame was not charged to court, has not been charged to court yet. Kwame is still going around freely, even though he has been restricted from traveling for now. They said pending all investigation into the case. Now, another case has happened, and this is worst. We don't know who is telling the truth between the video we saw, and somebody just sent me a video now. A particular person, Tunde Ibrahim, said, I was on board. It was the crew member that resisted the lady from coming down because she refused to put off her phone. And the lady told the crew that her phone was already on flight mode. After landing, they refused to allow the lady from coming down, saying they have called the airport security to pick her up. In fact, they pushed the lady back on the seat for many of us to pass. I was wondering when I saw the video of the inside that I got this morning. I was like, where are the other passengers in that plane? Is she the only one? So apparently, the other people have disembarked from the plane. So they left her alone. So this is one of the person that said he was on board. But who is going to stand as witness to this case? That's number one. Number two, I have questions for the ground crew member, whatever they call them, personnel, on ground personnel. We all saw during Wasiu case. Sorry, because of time, I can't bring all the videos back, but we all saw that video where we saw the personnel begging Wasiu when he was resisting them that they can't stop him from boarding the plane. We saw them begging him, pleading to him, and we saw where Wasiu was saying, do you know who I am? We saw Wasiu carrying his phone, calling whoever he was calling, and we saw the crew member begging and pleading for him to be patient with them. Now, this is another case, and I'm very glad this is coming up shortly, few days after his own. You know what this issue is going to do? It is going to test the integrity of our government, where we are going to see how they are treating the case of an ordinary man, an influential man. Are you looking at it? This was what some of us were saying in that our video, and we said no. Can they handle this case if the way they have handled it with Kwame? If it were to be me or you that you are looking at me on this show, will they handle this case the way they have handled Wasiu's own? Will they be begging you if you misbehave? Will they be begging you if they give you instruction and you did not adhere to it? Are they going to beg you? Are they going to plead to you? And don't forget, because of time, I can't bring it back. In the letter that Kwame's lawyer wrote, Kwame's lawyer said if Kwame was not acting well, if they thought he acted inappropriately, why were they begging Kwame? Not only that, he also said Kwame was giving a private jet to take him to Lagos. Now, this is another incident happening few days after. Let us watch the video. I hope this girl will be given a fair hearing. I hope this girl will be allowed to be spoken to by private people who can really meddle into this case to know what really transpired. Because this is an ordinary person now. This is a nobody now. Okay? This is a nobody. There's something as this, almost the same thing, even though we only see the video. We didn't know what actually started the case. For Kwame's case, we saw everything, how it started from the beginning, where they started beginning and everything. But this particular lady's case, all we saw was a lady that became violent, a lady that inside the aircraft was trying to fight some people. I am against that. I am very much against that. If you know you don't have good behavior, please don't go to the public. Especially flying. Flying is not for people whose head is not correct. Flying is not for people who are not patient. Flying is not for people who are not well trained. Flying is not for people who have anger problem. No, it's not for you. Because I want to say whatever must have gone wrong inside that plane, the lady herself is against those people. Okay? In this video, the comparison between this video and Kwamon's video is number one. Kwamon was not violent, so that makes a lot of difference. Okay? In as much as Kwamon deserves punishment too, the case of this lady is not the same as Kwamon. And it will take this lady a long one to really prove her innocence from the videos we have seen outside. When I was watching this video last night, before I saw other ones, even before this update that came into my phone now, I was like, what sort of lady is this? Why is this lady this aggressive? Number two, the ground the ground personnel, or whatever they call them, that did not have power during Kwamon's zone, suddenly have power for this one. They were able to undo K1 zone in a very calm manner. Why couldn't they undo this one too in a calm manner? I agree that lady, honestly, I wonder the kind of man that wants to marry that lady, because it shows her character. Because when I saw her slapping one of the men, I'm like, what gave this lady this confidence to raise her hand on a man? You've been trying to slap women, and slap women. Suddenly you face a man and you can raise your hand to slap a man. I said, who trained this kind of girl? And somebody will marry this one inside the house. The standing of that man no even fear you. You raise your hand. As short as you are, you are not a tall woman. No. For a tall man, you give and slap. It says a lot about the character of that lady. That is number one video. This is the one that first trended. And this is where our case is not the same with Kwamon. Our own case is involving assault. Our own case is involving abuse, physical abuse, physical assault. Not only that, I'm going to show another video where they said she was carrying fire extinguisher to knock on somebody's head. From this morning, they said the airline has given her life ban. In fact, if they ask me, I will say she should be banned. They should first check her mental health if she's normal. Secondly, because there is a way. Let's assume you enter play. Let's assume you are provoked. If you are not the troublesome type, you can just, I've seen somebody being provoked. That person just sit down like this. You want me to sit down? Okay. Can they now say she fights somebody? No, because that person just sit down. If they are recording, they will record somebody sitting down. If they are recording, they will see somebody just looking. Okay, whatever you want to do. But she started fighting them. This is where she has a big problem. I am not saying Wasiu's case is not a big deal too, but this one is a bigger deal. Wait. The lady was provoked. So if somebody provoke you, it be like say you people don't know what they call airport. You don't know what is called airport. Now inside aircraft. Did you hear what they said happened? They asked her to turn off her phone. She said she has turned it off. How many hours be the flight where you won't fly? That immediately they tell you to turn off your phone. You cannot keep your phone inside your bag. Now let's watch the second video. I'm trying to be careful so I don't play a video that will give me wahala. Okay. When it wants to get to that place, I will try and forward it. Let's look at, this is where inside the plane that most likely that the wahala started from shortly. Kwamon was violent. Kwamon was violent, but he didn't lay his hands on anybody. I am not making an excuse for Kwamon, don't get me wrong. Both of them, they deserve to be locked up. I've said that earlier. So Emafa was saying, okay, Kwame never lay his hands on anybody. This lady was practically beating almost everyone. The lady said, do you want to eat me? And instantly, she gave the lady a slap. She just said, yes, I want to eat you. You see the oxygen marks. So if they want to really sue this lady, if you don't know how to control your temper, if you know you have anger issues, flying is not for you, because you will encounter many things that could provoke you. Okay? You will encounter many things that will provoke you. But one thing is that it is expected that where as a passenger, they can be, it happens all over the world, but I bet you, some people tell the story inside jail in a normal country. I'm going somewhere, any suru, just be patient with me. In a normal country, the story will be told inside the jail. We are just portraying ourselves. The attitude we are using when we want to enter Molue, enter bus, is the same attitude many are taking to airports. And it's not the same. You can rush bus for all you like. You know that's what we do in Nigeria. Even where they will tell people to queue, people will still rush. We have seen people jumping from the window to enter bus. We are just, some people will say that is who we are. But it doesn't portray good things about us. Many of you live abroad. If you say that is who we are, why can't you continue it when you get to abroad? Why do you obey the law as it should be obeyed? Why do you stay on the queue when you go to the bank? Why do you stay on the queue when you go to a grocery store? Why do you stay on the queue if you go to all these offices? Why don't you say that is who we are and jump queue? Even in the airports, you have to stay on the queue no matter who you are. If you jump queue, the way they will look at you, yourself will feel embarrassed. Because I see some people say, that is who we are. And unfortunately, this is starting from our leaders. And it is a shame on them. Irrespective of whether it happens in everywhere. When it happens everywhere, now, this thing will happen. This thing will happen now. When, my question is, where are the security police in Nigeria? Airport police. Doesn't mean we don't have airport police to handle this kind of situation. Where we say, now ground personnel, now then they drag person. Were they trained to handle crisis? Are these people trained to handle crisis? Because this is a crisis. Even the cabin crew, are they really trained to handle this kind of crisis? We enter plane, we see people arguing inside the plane, we see people trying to be unruly in plane. But you will see the way the cabin crew will handle the case. Yeah, I've been flying for a long time. They will never be violent with you. You know why? International flights, except you don't know, inside international flights, there is always a lockbar with a bomb. Abi, you know, international flights. Hey, that's why people, they respect themselves. So our government needs to do, they will need to do more. Inside international flight, you go see person. You no go know, say person where you sit behind, Abi in front. Say the person now lockbar. I don't know what they call them. Is it can you call Marshal? There is a name they call them, something Marshal, please, if you remember. Inside the plane, Nigeria has signed Olokpa. Yeah, Marshal, thank you very much, Suzanne. Nigeria Olokpa, their own is to be following celebrity up and down. Nigeria Olokpa, their own is to be following Yahoo boys up and down, where they are expected to do work. What is their job in that country? Because these are people that are trained to handle this kind of crisis. What if that girl they are dragging by in the process? Just like the way they didn't handle Wasiu's own well. Let's assume Wasiu Kwame was unruly. Yes, I agree. I agree. Wasiu was unruly. I'm standing on that. I've been saying that. This girl was unruly. But in the process of handling these cases, are these people, did they handle it well? Did they handle it as professionals? Look at the cabin crew with Wasiu too, and the ground floor personnel. At a point, some of them were even laughing and saying, why did you run? Why did you run? That shows the kind of people we are. Now, this girl, let us assume this girl is wrong in all ramification. Let us assume this girl did not do well. Let us assume this girl was violent from the beginning. Are these people trained to handle crisis like this? If they were trained, they wouldn't even get close to her in the first place, because they can never tell how violent she can be. And the job of the airline and the airport is to protect all the staff. Safety of those staff matters. This is where the police comes in. In such cases, the cabin crew, which is the air hostess, they won't even move close to you. They will have made their call. You have a name. You have a passport. You are going to still pass through the security to go out. Yes or no? Yes. So they won't even come close to you. They know you have done something wrong. They will even be talking to you like everything is okay. They will calm you like everything is okay, until the police will come and carry you where you are. Our government needs to do more than what they are doing. Look at the case of Oshiomhole too. Oshiomhole blocked everywhere in the face of danger. What if there was fire outbreak on that day? What if there's emergency on that day? What if somebody goes into labor on that day? What if somebody goes into an asthmatic attack or whatever that could take somebody's life? Oshiomhole locked the door against hundreds of people, thousands of people in the airport. Oshiomhole, that should know better as a leader, that should ask question what is going on and go and table it as a senator. What did he do? He locked the door against everybody and said nobody will go out, nobody will come in. We are a failed nation. Very soon, Nigeria will become an anarchy country. Simple as ABC. The way they were dragging that lady, what if that lady gives up at that point? What if anything serious happens to that girl, or the way that girl was behaving truly, if she had been able to remove the fire extinguisher or something and knock it on one of the cabin crew's head and they pipe from that place? Torí irú àwọn èèyàn báyìí náà ṣe ń lọ́lọ́pàá now. It's because of unruly people that the government make sure they have enough police. Where are our own police in that airport? We have been asking since Oshiomhole's case. We don't have ọlọ́pàá in the airport ni. We don't have security personnel at our airport to handle this kind of a situation. We are just putting ourselves. We agree this thing happen everywhere. But go and look at videos when it happens. Go and look at the people that will handle the situation. Go and look at the people that handle the situation. Cabin crew, before you go down, before they land, they are already making call to tell them something is wrong. Oh, somebody is here. Oh, we are having a difficult situation. And when you land, they will not even open door for anybody to go down at that moment. Nigeria has a long way to go. A very long way. Despite the fact our politicians are the most traveled people in the world. We are so most traveled to the extent that our president went to buy in another man's country. Big shame on us. We are so well traveled that our politicians, after everything, they will go to abroad to come and settle down with their family. And yet, we don't know how to handle this kind of a thing. We don't know how to handle crises of this nature. Then what are we doing? What are we doing as a people? Because any of those people, their lives could have been lost in the process. This thing happen everywhere. There are always some people that will exhibit their mental low mental capacity when they go out. It is because of them they have olopa there, police. It is because of them police are stationed everywhere. As you go into the airport, local, international, I am talking about here, you would think plain-clothed people, their security, you will not even know. How will you know? Go and misbehave. Go and misbehave. That is when you will know the person beside you is a police, because within second, before you blink your eye, police don't reach your side. Security personnel don't reach your side. Inside the plane, 1 or 2 policemen are always stationed inside the plane. Here, Masha, they travel with you without you knowing. They are seated right there with you, and you would think they are ordinary passenger. If you are observant, you will know. Most times they sit like not really the front row, like 1 or 2 or 3 front row. Then one will be at the back. They are always with you when you are traveling. But our own police, they've already distributed them, finish. They've distributed them. Some of them are they are following. I saw one video. One of them was following one lady that did BBA. I was like, is he protecting the BBA? Nigeria, our own olopa is to be following Yahoo up and down. Our own olopa is to be following BBL. People who do BBL in their nyash, to be following them. Our own olopa, some of them is to go and stand on the road and be saying, Roger, waiting you carry. Don't get me wrong, it happens everywhere. But it is handled in a different way. Handled in a very, very different way. If you don't have a lockpad, employ more police now. Employ police to be in the airports. Because from what we are seeing, it's like we don't have security personnel. The few personnel you will see, the few times I used to buy markets, the personnel you will see, olopa that you will see in Nigeria, they are outside waiting for you. Madam, waiting you bring come. After immigration don't collect their own, custom don't collect their own. Whatever you carry, they will not let you go. Madam, waiting you carry come. Waiting you bring. I don't know if they are still doing it too. It's been a while. But then in those days, I remember, and those days that I'm talking about, it's still about 3 years ago. By the time you are getting out, the police, you will see them carry gun, waiting for people that will park to pick people. Somebody that wants to pick you, the driver that is picking you. Why did you park there? You are not supposed to park there. You are under arrest. And the next thing, they are ready. If you don't give them something, you will not go. That is their own job. They are there. This is not about spoiling your name. That is what you see them do. They are outside at the airport waiting for somebody that will come and park where they are not supposed to park. Instead of them to tell you, here when you park in some places, especially in such places, there is somebody already that is there that will tell you, move, move, move. As busy as Dulles Airport is, it's one of the busiest airports in this America. As you are parking, they are telling you to move, to move, to move to the right place. They will not arrest you because they know you have come to drop passenger. They will tell you move, move. And if you want to stay, there is a place you will stay and pay money. You will park. If you don't want to go there, maybe the person is almost out. You will park and they are watching you. If you stay more than necessary, they will come to you. And if you park there, they will tow your car. And there's nobody, there's no, please, I beg you. Or somebody will say, okay, go and bring 500 naira. Go and bring 1,000. Or bring 5,000 if you want your car. No. It's not that somebody will carry that car and go and park it somewhere and say, come and meet them there. No. I was shocked when somebody was telling me, and I watch it in Baby Farm, when they say you have money, you can do anything and get away with it in that country. Once you have money, they say you can even buy somebody and you will go scot-free. Now, let's go forward. So this is another video of when they took the lady into the bus. before we continue. And I want to ask our government, why is this case, why is it different from Kwamon's case? I was seeing some people asking some questions that where the lady was manhandled, that in a normal society they will not manhandle her. Let me correct that. In a normal society, if you don't behave well, this is how they will handle you. Take it or leave it. Some people say they cannot kill anyone, so no, that they disrespect her being kokon because I something show. Please follow my YouTube channel, my travel channel. I'm giving some tips on traveling. When you are traveling, there are some clothes you don't wear. Number one, for so many reasons, and this is one of them. Falling when you are traveling is another reason why you have to choose the clothes you are wearing carefully. You want to travel. If you are going to wear clothes, you must wear something like a like inner. You don't wear something whereby they will raise your clothes and the next thing. From what we can see, it's obvious she wasn't putting on bra. Why will you travel and you are not wearing bra? Because if she was putting bra, as they were trying to raise her up, the clothes will be, na bra will show, not the kini gongon. Loma show. So it shows that she wasn't wearing what she's supposed to wear as a decent lady. That is number one. Number two, because we have unprofessional people handling her, if it were to be the right people handling this lady, she will even have strength to drag with them because they will have handcuffed her hand. Okay? They will have used handcuff on her instantly. All right? But because it was unprofessional people handling the case, trying to, they were just fussing. They were fussy, and there are times here too they can be fussy, irrespective of whether you are a woman or a man. I saw a video before I even did, early in the morning when I woke up, of a grandma who went to steal in a store. Now here, the grandma went to steal in a store. Now white woman. So a black guy was the security guard that caught her. That one now held her this way. And some people were debating, should the man did right or the man did not do right. And people were like, if the man's job involved, if it comes to physical, he can handle somebody physical. The guy has not done anything wrong. Because physically, he's supposed to hold the whatever down so that they can arrest the person. So he has not done anything. When they are trying to arrest you, they don't care whether they are touching where they are not supposed to touch. All they want to do, as long as it's not showing that they are trying to assault you. If you look at the video, these people were trying to carry her. Okay? 2 people carry her on the hand, another carry her on the leg, because that is the way they thought they could do it. They are not professional. They are not trained to handle such cases. It is not their job to do these cases. And that is why Nigerian government needs to train people to handle these kind of cases. I don't know if it is just happening in Nigeria, but it's something that is a regular thing. Sometimes you see some people even fighting in the plane too. Fighting each other. You didn't sit well. You sat well. Will you put something over my head? Quarrel, they start inside plane too. But me, because I want to fly for long, I know they argue with people. Oh, I'm sorry. It's very easy from my own mouth. Oh, you did this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And instantly, I want to correct it. Ordinary cabin space. I don't see people begin fighting each other. For international flights, those people, the crew people, the air hostess, they will not argue. They will even come close so that make you no box their face. The next thing, they are looking at your seat number. Why do you think they are looking at your seat number? They look at the seat number, that both of you are sitting, that you are fighting. They will not see anything. They will just... There was a video that circulated of recent where people were fighting. You saw the cabin crew. They didn't go close to them because they are not supposed to. Now, Lokpa go do the work. So they will just stay apart. I mean, from a little bit afar, be trying to calm the situation. Can we have Kiniko? Can we have peace? All right, Kiniko. They are not going to separate. If you want to buy yourself, As you are doing it, they are looking at your at your seat number. That's your seat number. Before you know it, by the time you get to the ground, now you go know what's happen. Some of them will not even drag you with you because you didn't fight the cabin crew, but they will place you whereby you may not be able to fly with them again. They will just do their job silently. But where physical abuse, physical assault is involved, trust me, nobody wants to fly such person. Nobody. Now, somebody sent something to me earlier, before I will now come to this lady's case and Kwamo's case, and why we are yet to see updates, except maybe I'm missing it. Have we seen any update from Keyamo, the way it came out about Kwamo's case? Now, it's one today Ibrahim said, I was on board on this flight. It was the crew member that resisted the lady from coming down because of putting off phone or no putting off phone. Probably they were telling her when they were to take off, put off your phone. When you are taking off, it's very important you put off your phone. Very, very important. No this and no peace. There are people, even me, I get upset. Like a crew member. Despite that I'm not crew member, I get upset when I see people. You are a frequent flyer. You don't know, anybody needs to tell you when the flight is about to take off to turn off your phone. You are not a frequent flyer. They announce it to everybody. Immediately the flight is getting ready to take off, you see the crew member, air hostess going up and down, checking everybody, your seat belt, the seat, if the seat is sitting well, is upright, the tray is put to the right position. Your phone, very important because it interferes. Phone interferes with the electric system of the plane when taking off, and that is dangerous. We have this flight mode on the phone for a reason, so that you can get to your destination alive, so that you can get to your destination safe. But I've seen some people, even personally, I feel pissed off. They will say put on your phone. That is when some people, you will start seeing them texting and making call. What were you doing all the while? What were you doing while you were at your boarding gates? What were you doing while you were walking to the plane? What were you doing immediately you get to the plane? And it is when the plane is about to take off, you suddenly remember. I'm always pissed off, personally. And I'll be like, don't people you go. When you can phone, they phone. That's always my own thought. If you want to buy, go and buy on your own now. Must you cause everybody safety issue? Because not all flights. Some flights, some air and plane, they have been designed to handle such things. But most of them are not, especially those old flights. They are not. Once your phone is on, it's interfering with whatever they are doing. The electricity of the aircraft is going to be affected. So it is there for a reason. Now they said they asked her to put her phone off. She didn't want to put it off, is what caused the problem. So they told you put off your phone, you refused. And they flew. So they see you as a danger. But my own is that the way they handle this lady's case, why didn't they handle Kwamo's case like that? What is good for the geese is good for the gander. Me, I don't like injustice on one side. I don't like because somebody is a nobody, you treat them anyhow, and because somebody is somebody, you give them kid gloves. That's what I don't like. Being a first time is no excuse. You adhere to instruction of flying. It is not an excuse. It might be a first time of flying, but it is not an excuse. As because they to be announced, they don't miss that announcement. They know they miss that kind of announcement. Say make people turn off the phone. They are telling, this is one of the reasons when there is emergency, some people don't know what to do. Because during that time, when they are giving instructions and everything, they are telling you something. When you are flying, you want to take off. The cabin crew, the air hostess or whatever they call them, the air hostess, they come, they stand at like 2 or 3 positions. It all depends on how big the plane is. And they are instructing you. You don't listen to that instruction. It doesn't matter how many times you have been flying. You listen to that instruction because emergency can come at any time. Emergency can happen at any time. The Air India that happened of recent, when those people were about to take off, did they know that would be their end on that day? And we have seen cases where airplane will fall inside water and people will survive. Just last week or 2 weeks ago, one aircraft, the tire caught fire, and the people inside the plane had to disembark. If they didn't pay attention, do you know some of these people will have died inside the plane? If they didn't pay attention, how would they know how to slide when they brought out the something for them to start sliding down? When they start demonstrating and telling you what to do, they announce it, put off your phone. Make sure your phone is on flight mode. Or with that, even if your flight is 12 hours, is 12 hours too much for you not to communicate with people? What are you communicating with that you have not communicated before you enter your plane? And if you forget, so be it. Until you get to your destination, then you let whoever it is, sorry, I forgot. And when I was about in the plane, I forgot to text you. I'm just landing. That's all. You always think that flight time is long. It's not long. Even if it is 12 hours, it is not long at all. Before you blink your eye, 12 hours is here. So what will it take you to be patient? The problem is just that we are impatient people. The problem is that we are people who don't adhere to rules. We are people who don't obey law. It is just who we are, and it is wrong. Let us face it. Don't let's make excuse for what is not. They tell you to queue for something. There was a video of a charity organization that wanted to give rice to people. They lined the rice up on the floor, the bags of rice on the floor, ready for people to give it to them. While they were talking, they've not even finished talking. Now, so people swoop on that rice, packing the rice. Some pack 4, some pack 5. A bag to each person was what they were supposed to do. At the end of the day, many people that are supposed to get that rice, they did not get it. If you are saying, if we look at it, is the like of Wasiu Kwame supposed to find himself in that situation if it is not because we are who we are and we think we can do something and get away with it? Can Kwame do whatever that thing that he did? Can he go and do it in another country? Kotobe. Even Ghana won't be rekoshe. If he tries it in Ghana, he will be behind bars today. They will have gone to bail him and give him his court dates. But what is going on in Nigeria? Kilonje, when the video started going viral, please, I'm asking one question. As Festus Keyamo addressed this case, we need to know. Because that lady, as we are talking, has been arrested and detained. They say she's going to be prosecuted, and definitely she's going to jail. No shortcut to it. That lady will go to jail. She can't escape it. She has been arrested. That was when they were putting her in the car, in the bus that you saw. And update is online concerning it. I saw the update on, I'm going to read the update out from Tribune. I mean, from where I saw it. Her name is Comfort Emerson. And they said she has been detained following the incident that happened yesterday at Muritala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. Okay? With I-bomb hair. They said the incident occurred after the I-bomb air flights from Uyo to Lagos, where Comfort Emerson allegedly assaulted an air hostess and confronted airport officials. Authorities have confirmed that she will be prosecuted. You can see how quick it is for Nigerians, the airport authority, to say they are going to prosecute this lady. Till now, what they are telling us is they are investigating Kwame's case. Kwame's case that they have termed, they themselves say it is a terrorism act. But they are still investigating it. She has been handed over to the police. You see? I was asking all of you question when I was doing Wasiu's case that you are abusing your mama. Because I said, if this case, if you are the one that do this thing that Wasiu did, will you be allowed to go? Will you be allowed to apologize? And you say it is over. Then we should ask this guy to apologize to everybody. I said it. I said, let us ask Wasiu to apologize. I mean, if Wasiu can apologize, then anybody, I didn't even know this was coming up. I said, then everybody can be apologizing. Let us give this girl, after all, to hear his woman and to forgive is divine. What is good for the geese is good for the gander. Oyewole Adeola, in any country, if you did not obey, that is the way they will drag you. So erora yo yen kúrò ńbẹ̀. Erora yo yen kúrò ńbẹ̀. But my own is, we need fair justice. Why with somebody that committed similar, almost similar, not similar, almost similar case, be walking around freely, while another one is going to be prosecuted already instantly within 1 day, within 1 week? We are not hearing anything about Bonimode Mumakotibi. We are not hearing anything. They say Kwame has come out to apologize, despite the fact that we had a voice note where Kwame said he's going to finish and destroy that airline. Let's even forget he said he was going to destroy the airline. We saw what Kwame did in a sane society. Aniwaju planning. We even saw, yes, he didn't touch them as in beat anybody or slap anybody. We saw the way he was struggling and, you know, pushing those people and said like they should leave him, they should leave him. Where he almost stayed under the tire of the plane. You know what that means? And Nigerian government themselves, it wasn't all last night I posted it or 2 days ago. Nigeria government by themselves said it's an act of terrorism. And yet, that person is still walking around freely. And now, they have arrested somebody just within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, they have arrested that lady because she's a nobody. I'm not saying that she's not supposed to be arrested. She's supposed to be arrested, prosecuted, and put in jail for what she did. This is where you have to control yourself when you are in public. This is where these people are uniform people. You don't drag with them. They tell you do this. They are the one in charge. Once you get to their territory, airport is a place that has to be kept safe. Inside the plane is a place that has to be kept safe because you are not the only one inside that plane. Other people are there. The safety of everyone in that plane is the duty of the crew member. So when they give you instruction, do this, you obey. You don't tell them, what do you mean? No. You don't tell them, you can't tell me what to do. No. They are in charge and they have the right to tell you what to do. And you have to comply. You have to obey. When you now get down, you go out of the airport, then you can do whatever you want. You are in charge of your life. But while you are in their vicinity, they control. They are in charge. This lady now, why is Wasiu free? Why this lady is already arrested and taken to prison is our question. Nigerian government, what is good for the geese is good for the gander. You see how you are being tested. Your integrity as leaders, your integrity as, do you know who I am? Big manism is now being tested right before the eyes of the world. Why is one man walking freely who committed almost the same crime and one is arrested and sent to prison immediately, even without prosecution? You've not taken her to court. She has not been said to be guilty. Of course, it's okay for you to hold her. And she has right to be bailed before she goes to court. She has to really say her own side of the story too. Meanwhile, somebody is walking around freely. Somebody is walking around freely. She has a right to defend herself. You gave Kwame. You said you are investigating. You said the only thing is that I cannot fly pending all investigation. You said the only thing that he cannot fly, you ban him for the next 6 months. At the point you came out, you say indefinitely, you ban him indefinitely. That's your indefinitely means in the next 2 months, you can tell us that the ban has been lifted. In the next few weeks, you can even tell us the ban has been lifted after all investigation. But here you are. Here you are. The people that even handle the case. You see the way they handle it. Of course, I'm not going to really blame them. They did what they thought they could do to keep sanity. But I would have loved it if they did the same thing to Kwame. Why didn't they drag Kwame when he was going for the plane? Why were they begging Kwame? Why were they pleading with Kwame? Mary Janet, he was outside, but he was on the lines, places he was not supposed to be on the tarmac. And we all saw how he stood in front of the plane. Even Nigerian government by themselves, they don't say an act of terrorism. I dey come, make I read them for you. So NCAA to Kwame, what you did at the airport is terrorism. And then tell us that terrorism you do. Anybody do terrorism, then they lock them up. They know they let that person walk around freely. Now then give them name. No be me. And this is what they wrote. The Nigerian Civil Aviation has come hard on Fuji legend music Ayinde Marshal, popularly known as Kwame, over his recent conduct at an airport, warning that in many parts of the world, such actions are treated as terrorism. It's more like he was hijacking the plane. When you stand in front of something that it will not go, you have held that thing hostage. Hostage. You don't know what is called hostage. When you hold somebody hostage, what does it mean? You kidnap that person. He kidnapped the plane. Kwame kidnapped the plane. And there is a price to pay for it. At least there is a law backing it. I mean, there is no law backing what he did. You don't know what is called hostaging, holding something hostage. When you stand in front of something, or you stay in front of the door of somebody, you say they will not come out. That is holding somebody hostage. Kwame stood in front of a plane and said that plane is going nowhere. He said when the plane turned, it will turn with the plane. The plane will turn this way. Mind you, if you go and look at the video very well, Aunty is different. One on board while the other one was trying to board. I agree. But all na offense. That is the bottom line. Both of them na offense. I wish this thing happened in this kind of country. Then you go and tell them it's different. Now you go come tell the law how they go operate. Now because Nigeria, law favors some, it doesn't favor some. That's what we are saying. Law, it favors some. Once you have money, you are connected. Even when you buy somebody, then go say you don't mean to buy the person. Now the person jump in front of your car, or now the person jump in front of the knife. Kinife where you hold, no baton, and you will go scot-free. Somebody stood in front of the plane. He said the plane no go. What is the difference? That lady was in the plane. The crew member said she no go. This time around, it was even the crew member that said that girl no go down inside the plane. So who really commit offense? Who starts wahala? Let's take it from there. Both of them commit offense. My own is let them undo things without favoritism. They should not make somebody, because somebody is connected, and let that person walk away freely. And say because somebody is not connected. I'm asking you, and I'm still throwing that question to you. I agree with you now 100% that the offense is different. If an ordinary person like this girl did what Kwame did that day, can you please tell me what will be happening? I'm waiting for your comments. Start writing your comments. I've thrown the question to you. I agree what that girl did was worst. Babatunde want to bole. They asked the girl not to go down. Wọ́n hold the girl in hostage. Koma bole. I'm throwing the question to every one of you. 10 women. Let me put out the number. Eba mi pe wọlé. Lijoka, that number. Mi ò lo number yẹn mọ́. Mo ti wá kò sí ní number tí mo ń lò. a ní Nàìjíríà máa da ká má sòdì kejì ó máa da pẹ̀lú wà tẹ́ ń wù yìí. I am asking a question. Let's assume that girl was the one that did what Kwame did on that day. What will happen to her? Ẹ̀yà mo ń dúró de comment yín. Mo ń dúró de comment yín. Ẹni tó bá ní nọ́mbà lọ́wọ́ tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé kó pè. Hello. 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 On. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
good afternoon.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Connected.
Yeah. So it's very unfortunate that this is now the opposite of what has happened on Tuesday last week.
Exactly.
In the sense that the lady actually wants to get out of the letter. So she has been like, okay, she didn't switch off her phone when she was supposed to do that, while they were trying to take off. So I think probably she has provoked the air hostess through the flight.
Definitely.
And for some reason, they now want to apply the law as it should be based on probably what has happened last week. So, like, okay, get the police to come and pick her. But they didn't then do it right because by actually holding her. So what normally happens in the UK is that the flight will be parked. The police will actually meet the flight. They will not, no other person will go out of the flight. The police will board the flight while everyone is seated.
Exactly.
And then they will call her out and take her away.
God bless
Easy,
you.
Clean. No argument. That
exactly.
The process. There will be no basis for argument. She won't want to put up any shoe in the eyes of every other passenger on board that flight.
Exactly.
But being Nigerian, we don't know how to do. Even when we want to do good, we do bad with it. So they want to do it the way it should be, based on what has happened last week. Then in the process, they now everyone wants to actually show power. Because that air hostess will actually blocking her and using her shoulder.
Exactly. Exactly. Holding her hostage.
It is not for her to do that. So
God bless you.
It doesn't look good. Thank God the two pilots didn't come out this time. They could have gone into the mess, and then they have the license, which can be suspended. I don't know if those air hostess, maybe their license or not.
God
but
bless you.
If they really want to look at it that way, she also needs to give an account, and that will mean she have to be suspended. Pending the outcome of what.
Let them suspend her the way they suspend her. Exactly.
He didn't see, or nobody was recording. But that part will be covered by those other passengers on the flight. So they will come up with their own account to say, this is what has happened. She has kept quiet. She didn't do anything. We didn't know why the thing escalated when we landed. But I don't know. Maybe Nigerians speak out for each other. In UK, people will actually come out to say, no, I witnessed it. This is not how it goes. This is my account, and this is my number. If the police need me, I'm ready to come and give an account. And I don't know her from nobody.
Exactly.
So those police will take account of what other people say, witnesses. Yeah, and what if you joking? So she will carry the time for the bad behavior of Kwame. They call her Kwame 1-2 or Kwame 1 wife. And she's from Cross River or from that side of Nigeria that people like their women. So it's good. It's sad. But we'll get there.
And it shows that she too has anger issues too anyway.
And it will get better.
Thank you.
But honestly, if I'm flying in Nigeria, I will just keep quiet and mind my business.
With what we are saying, I go better.
Yeah, that's what I can say to you.
Thank you so much.
She was dead against her will. And according to report now, she is already in Kiriki.
Yes, so sad.
So it's very bad. That's the daughter or son of nobody. That's how they are treated. It's unfair.
Thank you. It's unfair. Thank you.
At least it would have been with the airport authority to investigate before rushing to the court.
They've not gone to the courts. They've not gone to the courts.
In deciding cases. So if they are doing this, it seems like a vindictiveness or revenge kind of thing like that. We must punish you. it should be fair. It should be open and fair. It should be properly investigated.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will listen to what other people say too.
This my brother said something here, which is what plays out here. Which is, if something happens, there are people that will be a witness to this kind of case. Who is going to be a witness? If you have somebody, for example, somebody eats your car and some people see, they will tell you, this is my number. In case you need to have a witness, I am ready to be a witness to tell them what really happens. So somebody, like I mentioned, Tunde has spoken what happened. So they held the girl hostage. But the girl too, I won't stop saying, committed error by not sitting. And my brother said what I said earlier, that in this kind of case, she will be the first person to leave the aircraft. They will have called the security personnel, tell them what is going on, even before landing. Even before landing. They will have called them. So they are the ones that will come and mash her out. We have a long way to go.
My name is Ati Kwame. I'm a video director and TV producer of Akomolowe on African Magic. Keep watching Drive TV.
Olólùfẹ́ Drive TV àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Fẹ́mi Sola ẹ máa wo Drive TV. Keep watching Drive TV. My name is Wasiu Ayinde. Taking this time out to tell you all that you keep watching Drive TV. What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ ní ògo ẹ̀? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ fulfilment? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ bí tó bá lọ? Ó ní ìṣirìn. Ibi ni kò máa wò Drive TV. Thank you. Chloe.
Drive TV. Driving you around the world.